The issue is that when I get to positions like this, like if I bridge and she goes to base that leg out, and I come in from here, you see I have to start blocking the knee. So now, because I'm not glued to my partner in a position like this, where I'm looking to start turning belly down and heisting from this position, and I'm just looking to start playing here, I initially have to stop her from stepping over my knee. And this makes her elbow cutback a much easier thing from here because I'm like a little bit belly up. So combining the elbow cutback with the step over the knee, or using the elbow cutback when she initially beats my hip or beats my outside knee and gets her knee to my hip, is usually a pretty good option. So right from here, she goes to bridge, I open up the knee, she brings her knee back inside. Right from this position, when I'm gonna start stepping over, she's not turning, she's initially turning belly down in this position. But if she tries to stop me from here stepping over, I can do it pretty easy. So she has to start bringing her elbow a little bit closer to her hip so that she can stop me from stepping over. But now I have more height. So I can start sagging back and coming in, and now we can start playing a game like this. Or now when she goes to play that over back game, it's a pretty easy thing to flatten her out and go into all my counterattacks from there. All right, so now let's look at a situation where our partner brings the knee back to the inside. Okay, so we're getting deeper and deeper into this move, into this threshold here. So if I get to this position, my partner is starting to be in real danger now. Okay, because I can start inserting butterfly hooks, I can go into butterfly guard, I can go into back attacks, I can start heisting from here. There's a bunch of different things that can start happening, all right? So if I feel from top position that I'm just not gonna be able to recapture that knee from this position, if I feel like, from here, I'm really putting weight forward to the hands. Sometimes like from here, you'll see guys will grab inside of their own hamstring from this position. So now when she tries to do an elbow cutback, it's not as easy from here. So you'll see stuff like this. Whenever I see stuff like this, come down. Whenever I see stuff like this, and I feel like that knee, come out, bring the knee out. Okay. And I feel like we're in positions like this, okay, and I feel like elbow cuts aren't really going to happen from here, especially if she's grabbing inside of her own hamstring like so. I feel like it's going to be difficult for me to do any of the previous moves. Okay, like a reach back crossface, for example, could be hard. She can go back and forth between grabbing her own hamstring and grabbing my lat, making it hard for me to start taking hands off the floor. A lot of things are happening here, and they're happening relatively quickly. Okay. So if from here, I feel like none of those things are working, especially if she goes to grab inside of her own hamstring and she kind of just wedges everything in place from here. Okay, one of the easiest things we can do is start to expose our partner's far hip. So right away, we're just going to start building height by taking our hand to our partner's leg if we have to, and now we just lengthen our body like so. Okay, now from here, we can go in and we can start immediately building height by either one, if we can take our hands off the floor for a long enough amount of time, and we just post on our partner's hip, and we just use that to bring our right knee to our partner's hip. Okay. If we feel that we can't start getting our right knee up to our partner's hip because we can't get our hands off the floor adequately, like we're playing here, then I just literally go into a 4-point position here. So even if she tries to start following me up, like locking tight to that, okay, and when she goes to hold on from here, I literally just go into a 4-point. So now when she goes to start chasing my back, it's gonna be difficult for her to start moving around. And if at any point she doesn't move from this position and I start building height, my knee is gonna come up. Like if she has an overback grip, I can just start building height. If my hands are forced to the floor, I can't get my hands off the ground, I can just go in and I can just immediately bring this knee in. I can just go in. She has no control over my legs now because of the fact that she doesn't have the legs locked. If her legs are locked and they're here, now her hips will follow me, okay? But if her knee is up, like so, now her legs aren't locked anymore. And now right from here, when she goes to keep this overback grip, she can keep my hands down, but she can't keep my knee down. And I can always get to that far hip. So now when she goes to move from here, wherever she goes, you dominate that far hip, you win every exchange, okay? So when we're down, if I can, that knee comes in. If I can, I'll always play here, right? My favorite thing to do from this position is I just sag back and away. Because now, even if she goes to bridge towards me from here, it's hard because I control that far hip. So right from here, we can just go in, and as she goes to play, just take my knee and I touch the far hip. Now when she goes to beat me, you win every time. Even if she goes to bridge me over, we just have her back from here. Okay? If I feel like I can't get my hand off the floor, you can pretty much always from this position start sagging into situations like this. But let's say my partner's just really good and things are happening too fast. From here, I just build height. Bring your knee inside. From here, I just build height. So as she goes to get up, we can go in and we can start playing a game where we can pass outright to side control. We can start dominating that far hip. Okay, so the whole thing is we just touch our partner's far hip with our knee, however it may be. And I feel like she starts to bring that knee to the inside and she beats me with this inside knee position. This is no good. Okay, if I can elbow cut back, great. If I can reach back cross face and flatten her out, great. Okay, these are all things that we want to start trying to do. The deeper and deeper we get into this, the harder and harder that's going to be with a more advanced person. So right from here, I just go in and drive, head knee up and dominate the far hip. Okay, I can do it by pushing the hip down. I can do it by bringing my knee up. I can do it by bringing my hips up. We just touch that far hip. Now when she goes to play, it's going to be difficult. Okay, so just touching that far hip and killing her ability to start exposing my back, bringing that knee inside my hip. All right, so now let's look at a situation where I have a hard time getting my knee to the far hip, so we can go in with our near knee in the near hip, and we can look to start inserting our leg across our shin across our partner's hip for a cross hip pin. This is similar to situations where I'm trying to pass in butterfly or in a half guard, for example. And I feel like if I can insert my butterfly hook off a high tripod, first I will. But if her knees are too high and too tight, and I feel like I can't insert that butterfly hook, I can't go foot first, I go knee first. Then we can either go into knee slides or we can insert the butterfly hook later and go in and work from there. It's a similar idea here, where I try to dominate the far hip first with our right knee. Okay, if our partner is giving me a hard time doing that, I don't have the time to do that, whatever the case is, we use a combination and a dilemma between both knees. Okay, so what this looks like is, she reaches over, she has that over back grip in place. If from here I come up and I try to pin my partner's far leg, maybe sometimes she'll be interfering with her left foot, with her right foot. I feel like it's just hard for me to start getting that leg up. What I'll do is I'll come up, and from here, she thinks I'm gonna go right knee, and I just shoot my left knee forward. I take my left knee, I bring it up high by the armpit, and I just cut it across my partner's far hip. Now, when she tries to play, go ahead. You can easily control her and beat her because we have the height. Okay? Whenever I see that the right knee is going to be hard from here, the left knee comes up. If I just try to step over the knee like this, it won't work. So what I do is I go extreme high towards the armpit. Then I go extreme low and I blade it into the near hip. So, and now I slide it all the way across. Now when she goes to beat me, they can always maintain top position and have a winning strategy, okay? So we try to go right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee, until one of them works, right? If I'm going up with the left knee, she goes to beat me, as we both go to play. Okay, sometimes I try to go with the left knee, and it fails. Maybe she brings her knee high and she drops down to her shoulder and she blocks me here. Okay. Now there's no interference with my right leg. Let me just go in here. Now we build height. Now when she goes to get back up, she can't do it. So if she blocks me with one, if her legs are relatively low, and she interferes with the right knee here, it's easy to go with the left knee. If I see I go with the left knee and she puts all of her defenses